Listen to this. So, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today on this Moving Up Monday, we are going to have a conversation. So, on this, I had written down like a good bit of notes, and I found this like as I was scrolling and contemplating like what to do, or not what to do, but like whether or not to film. Because I'm being lazy. Not gonna lie to you, I was definitely being lazy. But whether or not I was going to film, right? I was contemplating. I was scrolling on my phone and I found this post on Instagram and I was like, huh, that's interesting. So let me just read it out to you, okay? So this post says, unfortunately, there are a lot of Christians who won't do well in business because the God will bless me mindset has them thinking that they're exempt from major sacrifices or investments to succeed. God blesses action, not fairy tale thinking. Bro, okay, so just a disclaimer, right? If you guys saw my last video, it was like a couple weeks ago, I have a video and I'll put it on the screen, and it was about how, basically I titled it The Church in Me and how I don't necessarily believe in religion, right? We can have that conversation, but you know, watch that video first. So I don't know, I just want to break this down because it's like I agree with it, but I also don't agree with it to a certain extent. And the reason why I agree with, you know, this sort of, let's just break it down sentence by sentence. So like, unfortunately, there are a lot of Christians who won't do well in business because the God will, well, it's all one sentence, but because the God will bless me mindset has them thinking that they are exempt from major sacrifices or investments to succeed. So unfortunately, there are a lot of Christians who won't do well in business. Okay, so, okay, there's a lot of people who won't do well in businesses. Okay, sure, right? Then it goes on to say, because the God will bless me mindset has them thinking that they're exempt from major sacrifices or investments to succeed. Maybe that's the troubling part for me, because that like God will bless me mindset, I feel like a lot of people, yes, are not taking initiative or taking action in getting their dreams, you know, or getting what they want, or even something as simple as like going to the doctor, right? A lot of people say God will bless me, right? And so they don't do anything about it. But the point of the matter is, I guess was what this post was saying, right? Is that God will bless you, but you gotta do something. Like, and so another reason why I'm just gonna, God will bless, yes, action, not a fairy tale. That's true, because it's just like you still gotta move, and it's not moving in direction and then eventually God will bless you. No, you have to move in the walk that God wants you to walk. And so God wants you to move. He wants to bless your steps. You know what I'm saying? And so 1 week my pastor was saying, like, when God calls you, he's not asking you to qualify yourself, right? He's calling you just for you to answer, and on your journey he will qualify you. And so that whole thing is just kind of like makes me sit back and wonder, like, that's a really good point, because it's just like, no, God's not gonna bless a fairy tale, but there's no such thing as fairy tales to God, because anything that he lets like come into light is automatic truth. Like he literally was like, let there be light. All of a sudden light existed, right? It is just like he can't lie. Like there's no way, shape, or form that he can lie. So anything that he puts set forth in your future, in your life, is automatically going to happen. And it's like, I get that they're saying like, you know, do your job as well, but I don't want anybody to get it twisted to think that they can't start with the God will bless me mindset. You should continue forward with the God will bless me mindset. However, you should not be lazy with that mindset as well. You should not say, well, God will provide. I mean, I don't have to do anything. No, because, okay, like, okay, do we all know the story about Saul and David, right? You know how God called Saul first, but then Saul ended up doing like a whole bunch of bad things. I don't really remember. Oh, no. I remember he ended up taking the position of God temporarily and directing other people to do things, and he lost his sight, right? He ended up, all the glory that he was getting, it ended up going to his head, and God was like, I can't use you anymore, right? Because we do have free will. And so he went out, and then God didn't go out and find David, but you know, he went to his second choice, which was David, you know, David, you know, the one that's like, what's it called? A shepherd. And so that whole thing to me was like, at the end of the day, David still did, you know, what he needed to do in order to follow God. He was, you know, behind God 100%. And like, I guess the subject matter, I guess the point of it is just like walk with God. Take each step with God, or whatever, you know, religious being that you believe in, whatever spiritual being that you believe in, etc. You know, whatever. I'm sure they're saying, you know, let me walk with you on this journey. Like, let's move together. Don't just, you know, not move and expect me to do everything for you, because then what are you going to learn? And I really, really, really enjoyed, I don't want to say I enjoyed the post, but it just really got me thinking, because I was like, we can't throw out the God will bless me mindset. I think it's taken too far when you don't go to the doctor because you're like, oh, God will bless me. Whatever's going to happen is God's, you know, decision. And it's like, no, God's putting this in your way for you to learn something. Once you overcome it, don't not overcome it. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when you're supposed to be getting closer to God. Like, he definitely put this in your path to teach you something. So it's just like, what are you talking about? Don't go to the doctor. It's just certain things are kind of extreme to me, and I'm just like, oh, maybe we need to be careful with the certain things that we say. And I know that sometimes I need to be careful with the certain words that I choose, as well as, you know, with the certain, I guess, sentences that I say, especially on this platform, because, you know, people may take one thing that I say and like definitely put it, you know, way off field, and I'm just like, that is not what I said. But all right, so another conversation starter is, do you agree with this post? Do you think that we should throw out the mindset of God will provide? Or what does it say specifically? God will bless me? Do we maintain the mindset and just, you know, not necessarily take action and let God take your course? Or do we meet in the middle and we move with God? I'm going to put a poll up here in the corner. It's going to pop up once I just said that. And let me see what you guys say. Vote. I want to see what you guys are going to, you know, vote on. Let's see, you know, let's see what the percentage is, what people may think. And also start a conversation down in the comments below. I would love to see and read whatever it is that everyone has to say. All right, guys. Also, if you want to, tell me your story. Tell me who you are. Send whatever, you know, questions that you may have for me in my email. It's on the screen, writersoneworld@gmail.com. And if you don't see it on the screen, which I don't see how, it's down in the description box down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications. All right, I do this, guys, because I want to help everyone in any way that I can, even if it is just one person. Thank you.